Welcome to Juicy Talk, the place where we get into the stories behind the success, the setbacks, and everything in between. Today's story is about dreams, struggles, and pushing through limits. My guest is one rising star of country music. She's gone from Texas dance halls to Nashville writers' rooms, sharing stages with some of country music's biggest names while staying true to who she is. She's an award-winning songwriter, an incredible performer, and someone who's building a career one authentic story at a time. I'm excited for you to meet talented, funny, incredible, genuine Macy Dott. Welcome to Juicy Talk, girl.
I am so excited about this. Brandy, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, I'm so glad to have you. I met Macy, it was around COVID time, right?
Yes. Is that really the first time we met?
Yes.
Okay, because I feel like I've known you my whole life. But that was technically online, so we haven't really met in
I know, you need to come back to Texas.
I know, I do. I really do.
Yes, we met around COVID. I started becoming a life coach, and I developed this empowerment for girls workshop. And I do know Macy's mom. I got to cheer with her in college for 2 years. Wonderful lady, Belinda. And she helped sign you up to my class, and I had maybe 10 girls. Love Macy. Macy was very real with me, and I knew that she was already into singing. And then starting this podcast, I'm like, I want young blood on here that's going through it and is making it. And that's what really made me just message you. And here we are.
I'm so excited. I am loving Juicy Talk already, and you're just getting started. So I'm so honored to be here and to be one of the first. So thank you.
Girl, you're so welcome. So you are from Texas, is that right?
I'm from Texas, yes. I lived in East Texas for a lot of my childhood. And then my family moved to the Austin area right before I started high school. So I graduated from Lake Travis High School, and then I moved to Nashville.
I love it. So you started performing at 2 years old?
2 years old. I started singing the national anthem in public at 2.
Do you remember that?
I don't. I really don't. And you know what? I'll tell you this. My mom always tells me these stories. It's like I've built my foundation on a lot of these stories that I hear from her about me growing up loving music. And I told her we used to have one of those old video cameras that like they don't even make anymore, and see the music and how it's really evolved since the age of 2.
God, that's amazing. And to sing such a hard song. I want to see that video, but it's precious.
We need to find it. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you once we get it.
I might even put it on this. I mean, I'll probably cry. So you're saying since 2, this is just who you are. Like you've always just known that you love to sing.
Yeah. Yeah. So I started taking guitar lessons from John DeFor, and he taught Casey Musgraves and Miranda Lambert. And he always told me, never have a plan B. If music is what you want to do and it's your passion and it's your dream, never have a plan B, because the second something goes wrong, you're going to resort to plan B. So it's always been music for me.
I love it. It's a great advice for anything that you are very passionate about, especially for young girls now. I feel like they get really lost in seeing everybody's lives on social media and not really finding what's in their heart and how you have to work for it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree.
Now, going through all your music career, is there ever a time where you almost walked away from music?
No, because honestly, music is the thing that I go to when I'm feeling overwhelmed, sad, mad, angry, excited, happy, all of that. It's kind of just like what keeps me grounded. Now, the industry side and the business side of things is a completely different world for me, and social media too, honestly, has really changed the way that I view being a musician, but music is what keeps me grounded. So it's kind of a weird relationship because it's my job and I take it really seriously, but it's also a hobby for me and something that I enjoy doing as a creative outlet.
Oh my gosh. It's so good to hear it's still very like a hobby to you.
Definitely go through seasons where I need to find something outside of music. Like, working out has kind of been that thing for me, or cooking. I've kind of fallen in love with cooking. And there's different things that I need in different seasons of my life, but music's always been a constant for me.
It's a gift. It really is. And I love that you grabbed that gift for
Thank you.
sure. And with music. So when you were in high school, did you like sing it in high school?
I did. I've always performed and been writing songs forever. But in high school, my mom made me cheer in high school. She was like, Macy, you're going to a new school. You need to find something to be connected to the school.
Yeah.
That's how you're going to meet people and make friends. So I auditioned for the cheer team and I made it.
Okay.
And looking back, she was right. But, I was like, Mom, I just want to do music. Like, that is the thing that I'm so passionate about and how I want to spend all of my free time. So that was kind of a struggle, honestly, was balancing cheer. It takes up a lot of your extra time and then doing music on the weekends. So I would have cheer practice on the weeknights, and then Friday night, sometimes we'd have a football game, or if it was off season, I would have a show, and then I'd play Saturday, and then Sunday was like the day to rest, and then I'd go back to school. I've kind of been living that life for a long time, but in high school, I would perform at our pregame tailgates in my cheer uniform. I would do a full band. They called it Cav Zone. So the high school that I graduated from is a really, really big football school in Texas. They would do like a full-on tailgate before every high school football game with vendors, food trucks. People would get there hours early to tailgate a high school football game.
Wow.
And I would perform in my cheer uniform, full band, and then I would tumble out with the team, and then I would sing the national anthem. So it was just a crazy time of life for me, but I was doing everything I loved. So it worked out really well.
Gosh, and back then in high school, like how did you find structure to keep that lifestyle?
I feel like I'm really good about creating structure in my life, which is probably why I didn't love school as much as most people, because for them, it was already a system. And I really like to create my own schedule and my own calendar. And so I always enjoyed that. I would go to cheer practice, and then I had student council. So I had all of those extra things. Looking back, that just like made high school fun for me. And then music was any extra time I had. That is what I would do. I had a music room in our house. So I would spend all of my extra time in there and write and make videos and plan set lists out and practice.
You were ready, girl. So you went from there straight to Nashville, and you went to college there, right?
Yes. I always dreamed of moving to Nashville since I was super young. And my parents were like, Macy, you have to go to college. So I applied to Belmont University. It was my dream school. I toured there when I was in second grade. And I know, isn't that crazy?
Yes, like you knew in your heart.
Yes. From the beginning, I knew this is what I wanted to do. So I toured there in second grade. And I remember we had career day at school the next week. Everyone stood up and said what their dream job was. And I stood up and I said, I'm moving to Nashville, Tennessee. I'm going to Belmont University, and I'm going to major in country music, which is not a major. I just made that up.
Yeah.
So I stuck with that until I graduated high school. I only applied to Belmont, and that was the dream, and it happened. So I feel so blessed to have that experience.
Oh, yeah. So college came about. Was that tough for you to like have to go to that level with college and music in Nashville?
I wouldn't say it was tough until my senior year, trying to balance everything. This has been my dream forever. So I loved Belmont, and I loved living in Nashville and kind of having an introduction to the music industry at Belmont without being completely thrown into it straight out of high school.
Yeah, that's good. You have like education and really understand music to another level instead of being out there being the showgirl 100% of the time. Wow. Right. How did Nashville make your spirit alive?
Oh my gosh, I still feel a certain type of way, like sometimes driving downtown. I just can't believe I live here. Last night we went to a dinner downtown, and Braden was driving us, and I'm like looking at the skyline, and I'm like, Braden, I don't know if I was ever meant to be a small town girl. I'm a city girl. I love it here. I love Nashville. People complain about traffic, and I'm just like, you don't know who's in the car next to you. Like, there could be a hit songwriter driving next to you in traffic. Like, that's just the reality of living in Nashville. All of the servers are doing music. They're all so talented. Like, it's just a crazy place to live. But I love it here. I absolutely love it.
I think it's cool. Talking about traffic, Dallas has a lot of traffic, and I will tell you, I get into traffic and I'll play your music, and I'm all the hot mess. I love it. I
That is
send it to my
awesome.
and
And trust me, I still live that song out every day. I'm still a hot mess. Nothing has
it's
changed.
I send it
I
to my
love
daughter. But
it.
this is you,
I love
girl. You got to just keep that one going. I love it too. It is so good. That's so
Thank you
cool.
for
I need to come
streaming it.
visit Nashville. I mean, I've
You need to come
never
see
been.
me.
I will.
What? You've
I
never
will.
been?
No.
You need to do like a fitness class or a dance class or something.
What?
And
And you
we
play
can,
too at the same time.
yes, we got to make this happen.
Now you're in Nashville and you're on the stage. You feel that vibe of everyone's really good at music. And we all see the stage and the glamour. So, what can you tell us what's behind the stage? What can we know?
That's a good question. There is a lot of glamorous things about being in the music industry. And something that I honestly struggle with is not having routine because I'm traveling so much that I'm in a different place all the time. The CMA Fest was the first week of June.
Mhm.
And I had a show every day for a full week for CMA Fest. I haven't been home until this last week since the first week of June. So I have been all over the place. And a motto that I have been living by is don't let your blessings become burdens. Because I get so easily overwhelmed by traveling and trying to pack and repack and what kind of music equipment do I need to bring on this trip and have I checked into my flight, and all of that stuff can get to me really easily. And I have to remind myself, like, this is what I've prayed for. And all of these things that stress me out, no one's job is easy all the time. There's hardship in every single job. So choose your hard is kind of how I've been living lately, because I don't know, this is just my dream and it's not ever going to be easy. And it's been just kind of my reminder to myself lately. Like, I've had some crazy experiences on flights.
Let's
I
hear
just
it.
had
Give
some,
the juice.
this is really juicy. Like,
Okay.
this just could be TMI, but I'm going to tell you anyways. So there was an old man sitting next to me on the plane. I was going home to play a show, and I fly Southwest. I'm a Southwest girl.
Me too.
But the new rule is you have an assigned seat, so I'm always worried about taking my guitar and then putting it in the overhead. I'm scared they're going to take it and put it under the plane and it's going to get ruined.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that easily stresses me out. Well, I sit next to this old man on the plane, and he's really sweet, and he's traveling by himself, and we're sitting there talking, and he goes, "Hey, I have a really odd question, but could you help me go to the bathroom?"
Mm-mm.
And I was like, "Excuse me?" And he was like, "I just need help." And he was like, "My daughter normally travels with me, but she's not here." Well, then I felt bad. So I'm like holding his arms, and we're walking down the aisle of the plane, and we get to the bathroom, and I'm like, "Hey." He's like, "Do you think you could just stand here and wait for me?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So I'm standing, and the flight attendant comes up, and she's like, "Can I help you? I think he needs help. He's older, and he doesn't have anyone traveling with him." And she goes, "Okay, I'll take him back to his seat." She could tell I don't know what I'm doing, but I think he needs help. And then one time, this was a week before this flight,
Oh my gosh.
a bunch of people got super sick on the plane
Mm-mm.
and just vomited all over the plane. People walked on the plane with hazmat suits on. I'm not even kidding. So our flight got delayed like 2 hours because they had to clean the entire plane because a bunch of people got sick.
Oh, but it stunk.
I know. And then a few weeks after that, I'm on a plane, and the lady behind me has an accident in her pants. And they're like, there's literally nothing they can do. And so I just remember everyone being like, "We're not traveling with you for a long time." Because that was 3 consecutive weeks where something crazy happened. And they're like, "Yeah, we don't want to travel with you."
Oh, I mean, yeah, you went through major stink fest.
Seriously. I've never experienced anything like that. And it happened literally on every flight that I was on for like
You need to start
3
reading
weeks.
perfume, amazing plane stories. My goodness.
I've spent a lot of time in airports. I see some weird things, but that's just part of it.
Okay, so what is your ritual before you go on stage?
Ooh, I used to not eat. I used to feel like I could eat, but now I'm going to eat. So I normally eat a few hours before. I try to drink a lot of water. Usually if I'm traveling, my parents, I'm spending time with them before the show, and it's normally in Texas, so I get to see them. Sometimes I'll go out and talk to people if they travel to be there, going over some songs, tuning my guitar. Normally a sound check happens. It really depends on the venue too.
Okay.
If they do a sound check hours before the show. So yeah, it's just I love routine, but I've had to learn to be flexible because no show's the same. No travel days the same. I love a morning routine when I'm in Nashville. I love to wake up and do my devotional and write my journal and drink my caffeine and wash my face. And when I'm traveling, it just doesn't always happen like that.
You're able to handle that now?
It still gets to me a little bit. That's something that is probably a struggle for me and will be for a long time. Just I thrive in routine and structure. And I'm really not spontaneous at all. I love to have a plan. I'm such a planner. And if one thing gets thrown off in the day, I'm like, everything's ruined. So that's something I'm working on.
Yeah.
Because I just like to be prepared, and you can still be prepared and be flexible. So that's what I'm working on.
That's good. That's it right there. People need to remember that. So hearing your structure and getting through all of this, have you ever had a struggle where you heard no? What was the hardest no you've ever received?
Ooh. I have had a few industry meetings where I went in thinking this could be life-changing for me and prayed about it for a long time. And it wasn't mutually beneficial for us to work together. And I've had to move forward with knowing that. But it can be really disheartening to put music is vulnerable. And I think that's why a lot of creatives get upset when stuff doesn't work out in the industry or when there's a partnership that doesn't work out, because my career could really take off if I had someone to help me, if I had management or booking or publishing. But I've learned that not rushing into that is way more helpful than rushing into something where it's not mutually beneficial for us to work together. And maybe our styles of working together just don't mesh. But I had to learn the hard way with that. I remember my first big industry meeting. I literally was like, my life could just be completely different tomorrow. I could go in this meeting and leave and my life could be forever changed. And I was sitting in that meeting and just remember, I don't love this vibe. Like, if I'm going to work with you every day, I want to feel excited. I want to feel encouraged and supported and motivated. And I want you to understand my dream just as much as I do. I want you to be on board with that. And I just remember sitting in there and being like, I'm okay that this isn't going to work out. I want to wait until there's a meeting where I leave. I could spend every day telling this person about what my biggest dreams are and getting in the nitty gritty and figuring out all the details of what we need to do to make this happen. I feel like I'm really okay with hearing no. And I don't want to work with someone that isn't absolutely thrilled about my music and what I'm doing. I take no pretty well, which I could, it depends on the moment though.
Yeah.
But I will say something that is a struggle for me right now is everything in my life so far that I've worked hard for and that I've prayed about has worked out. I moved to Austin, which was scary, but I made the cheer team the first time I tried out, and I did music that whole time. Then I got into Belmont, which was my dream, and I moved to Nashville, which all worked out. And there's never been a life-altering moment where I heard no and I was like, oh, it's over for me. And so maybe that day will come, but I'm emotionally prepared for that if it does. But I don't know. I feel like no it inspires me. It makes me want to work harder. And I also just want whoever I'm working with to be excited to work together too.
It's interesting that when we first started this podcast together, you really talked about what you knew you were your second grade. You knew what you wanted. And I feel like that your relationship with God is you stay true to your core value. And like you said, you don't get attached to the emotions of no. That's what you're more connected with.
Yes.
And that's what people need to really hear, because I'm sure you've heard no in different ways, and then you already know what's important to you. And like you said, you don't have booking and all these other things. You'd be a lot more ahead of the game, but
Yeah.
you're staying where you need to stay to feel the passion.
Right.
God.
Yes, my faith is, I tell people all the time, being a believer is a really big part of my story and my career and decisions that I make. And I feel crazy enough to just be in the music industry, but knowing that God has a plan is what keeps me sane. But I can't imagine choosing this career and not knowing like God's got this and he's the reason I'm here. I have these gifts because of him. Like I would go crazy. I know that you wouldn't put these passions on my heart and not fulfill them. But yeah, my faith is such a big part of my story and something that I lean on every day to get through the crazy music industry.
Yeah. Has there ever been a moment where God showed you that in action?
All the time.
Pretty cool.
And even random things, music industry people for sure, like we have a connection, a mutual friend that I remember starting to be really intentional about hearing God's voice. I wish I could just sit down and talk to him. I have to make this decision. Tell me what you want me to do. But it doesn't work like that. You just have to have faith. And I'm in a Bible study with a bunch of my friends that are in the music industry. And I remember telling them, I just want to hear God's voice more clearly. And they're like, that is instinct. If you see someone and you feel like, oh, I need to pray for them, that's God's voice. And I remember I was taking a meeting one day in a coffee shop and I went in the bathroom and there was a lady in there and she was cleaning the restroom. She was smiling when I came in. When I was about to leave, I said, you just have the most beautiful smile and you're doing such a great job. She looked at me and she just started crying. And I was like, are you okay? And she goes, I just had a hard day at work and it feels like people don't notice me.
Wow.
And you don't even understand how you make an impact on someone's day. And she, oh my gosh, I'll never forget that. She gave me the biggest hug and she was like, this meant more to me than you'll ever know. And I was like, that is the day after I told my friends at Bible Study, I'm going to be really intentional about this. If I feel the urge to talk to someone or to pray for someone, I'm going to be more bold in that. And that was the day after. And I just remember being intentional about hearing God's voice. And I've had a ton of instances like that in the music industry where I go up to someone, I feel like I know you from somewhere and we have a ton of mutuals. And I'm sure there's a ton that I'm not thinking about, but I do keep a journal. I have a 5-year journal.
Oh, I love that.
So every day I write in my journal and then I can see the year before what I was doing on that exact day.
So
it's really
important.
cool to go back and see stories like that where maybe a year ago today I was having a rough day, but something great happened or I got an email I was praying about or an opportunity. And so that has also just been really cool for me to see the ways that God is working in my life.
Yeah, that's what and I still do my life coaching. I'm real big on journaling and definitely going back or just seeing what you've written about your life. And it's life changing.
Yeah, it definitely is. Because there are hard days and it's easy to go back and be like, that was something I prayed for that I, didn't think about for a while. And then that dream came true. And just, it's really good to remind yourself of the ways that God's working when you don't see it.
I know. I love it. What's one of the funniest things that happened during a live performance?
Definitely people trying to come up and sing on the stage and like wanting to have the microphone. And I'm like, okay. And sometimes it's little kids.
Yeah.
Which is cute, but then it's just drunk adults and they just want to sing. And I'm like, this is not karaoke, unfortunately. You're at the wrong place for that. Oh my gosh, I've played so many shows. Like, there's just so many drunk people that make me laugh.
Oh,
I'm a host for a show here, so I MC.
Okay.
And I always say, how are we feeling? And then I'm like, oh, y'all need some more drinks, or okay, we're feeling good. And there was this drunk guy and he was just screaming at everything I would say. He would just scream. And I just remember this guy is having the time of his life. It was a Wednesday night and he was having the best night ever. And he was like, I've never been to Nashville before. This is the best night ever. OMG. It's definitely a lot of the drunk people that I see. And I'm just like,
just random fun. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That would be so fun to look at a crowd and see those that are extra loving the moment.
If you like people watching, you would love being a performer. I get it at the airport, during my shows, on the airplane, any type of travel, some crazy gas station stories. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure I have some crazy stories. I really need to do like my crazy travel stories.
Yes.
Oh, I'll have to think of some.
would love it.
Anytime I have my guitar
Yeah.
and I'm in the airport, people are going to talk. They're going to be like,
Oh,
where
yeah.
are you going? Where are you playing? And every single time I have my guitar, someone's like, oh, well, my son's sister's second cousin's aunt's brother's grandpa used to do music. They're like, you should totally write a song with him. And I'm like, oh man, they just really don't know how it works. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We
Like, okay, I'll
always
call him
laugh
tomorrow.
about that. We laugh about that all the time. It's like, they almost got a Willie Nelson cut one time. You should totally write with them. And it just makes me laugh every time because you just don't know. Here's a juicy story.
Okay, go.
I was traveling from Nashville to Texas, and it was around Thanksgiving. I'm sitting at my gate, and all of these dancers come in to the gate, and they're in their matching set, and they have their backpacks, and they were going to perform at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Okay.
So they were so excited. There's these young girls, and this is probably like a huge dream for them, I'm sure. And the gate agent says, all right, y'all, we're going to do some dancing at the gate.
No way.
She goes, if you get up here and dance this song, you get a $150 voucher. Count me in. I'm going to be dancing. And so I put my phone up and I send my parents a video, and I am just dancing in the airport and with no context. And I remember getting in the car with them when I got back, and they're like, what happened at the airport? I don't know, but I got a $150 voucher.
You won?
Yeah, everyone got it.
So
anyone that stood up and danced got a voucher.
That's
I am going to dance.
I love story.
I know. Isn't that fun?
Yes. See, these are good stories. Okay, let's talk about your songwriting. Is it getting easier?
I think every day is different. So I do a lot of co-writing. So I write with other people a lot.
Okay.
And we go into a room at 11 a.m. and we sit down with our instruments and we talk about life. And we talk about the craziness of being a musician. And then if an idea comes from that, we write about that. Or if we have an idea we've been sitting on, we'll write a random idea. So some days it's my first time writing with those people, or I've never met them, or I write with them all the time. So literally every single write is different. Every song that I get is completely different. And sometimes we don't finish the song, so we have to reschedule another day. So there is a lot of, I don't know, I would maybe like versatile skills that you have to have because it feels dating. You're going in a room with someone you've never met and you're asking them super deep questions about their life, and then you have to write a song about it.
Wow.
I know, it's kind of weird. When you try to explain it to people, that's what you do every day. Yeah, it kind of sounds weird when you say it like that. I'm going to talk about life with a random stranger and hope we get a massive hit out of it.
Yeah. Do you feel like that you're vulnerable when you go in? Are you just open-minded? How would you describe that?
I remember a few weeks ago, I was having a ton of car problems, and I took my car into the shop, and of course there's more wrong with it than that I even knew. There's just, everything's wrong. It's falling apart, apparently. And so I was dealing with that, and I didn't have a car. And so I think I Ubered to my right, and I showed up, and everyone's like, how's your day? And I'm like, y'all, everything in my life is great, and I'm so grateful, but I'm just over this car stuff. And both of them were like, oh my gosh, the same thing happened to me a few weeks ago. I hit a pothole and now I had to get all new tires or whatever. So it's just crazy because we're starving artists, and like car problems are the things that are like, we have that in common. So I'm sure we wrote a song about that day. And sometimes it is a good friend of mine and we're catching up, but then we're writing a song that is just a good idea. It is a lot of thinking though, and I can tell sometimes it's a fun song. Sometimes it's upbeat, it's easy to write, you're not doing that much thinking, and I leave and I'm not exhausted. But sometimes I do feel like I took a test at school and I need to go be in a room by myself and not think or listen to music for a minute. So yeah, it's really cool because that is one thing that I do enjoy every day being different. I'm not going into an office and sitting at a computer and looking at the same Excel spreadsheet every day. I have an outlet to be creative, and the outcome's different every time, which I love.
So you perform in front of so many people. Do you still get nervous?
Sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes I do. But I hope I am always like that.
Yeah.
I never want to become numb to that, or I don't know. I have big emotions and I'm learning to love that about myself. I think being nervous is a good thing. I think it means you're excited and you care. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just think it's a sign that that's something you're passionate about.
Yeah, for sure. Even though I'm old now and I've competed all of my life, I still feel that heat, that
Mm-hmm.
moment of just a little bit of doubt. And then I have to
Mm-hmm.
like shut it down so I don't feed it,
Right.
and
Right.
just help myself be calm. But I do like that energy before,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I will say, after a show, I have this high that is like the craziest thing ever. I'm ready to go do something. I always get that really high energy after a show.
Gosh, that's it. When you know that you did your thing and it feels
Yeah.
so good. I love that you shared
Yes.
that.
Yeah, it does feel good. Yeah, I used to not eat before a show. So then I would be like, where are we going to go eat?
Yeah.
And and in high school it was harder because like I had school. It wasn't like that was my whole job.
Mm.
And that's something that I do love, is celebrating even that feeling after a show, soaking that in and celebrating all of the little things and not just moving past it and on to the next thing.
Yeah, celebrating that moment. I love that so much.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you work hard at and you're strong at, and then you get through the end of it, just celebrate it.
Yeah. Say, I always knew I was probably more emotional than most people, and I think
Mhm.
that's where I get my creative side
Mhm.
from. But that is something that has helped me connect with a lot of collaborators here. We love feeling things, and we're not afraid to feel things. And I'm not about, if you're having a bad day, maybe be upset for a little bit, but don't let it carry on forever. But that's a huge reason why I am so creative, is because I feel things really big. And I used to have a tendency, if I would accomplish something, to just move on and be, what's the next thing? What's next on the list? What do I need to do tomorrow to get to that next thing? And my best friend, actually, she's also in the music industry, but she's in the publishing side. I remember her having a really big talk with me one day and being like, Macy, I played the Bluebird Cafe, which was a huge dream of mine.
That's
And
so
I remember the
cool.
next day I was just, okay, I need to get up. I need to do all these things. I need to answer these emails. She's like, how do you feel after playing that show? I feel good. What do you mean? She's like, I feel like you never took a breath to like enjoy that moment. You're just on to the next thing.
Mhm.
And I have a lot of great people in my life that remind me to stop and enjoy the moment. Before I played the Bluebird, I got some of the best advice I've ever been given. It was actually my boyfriend, Braden. He's also a musician, and he had played the Bluebird a few times. And I remember before we walked in, he looked at me and he was like, try not to just go through the motions. He was like, feel everything. He was like, look at every person in the crowd. Listen to the people that are also playing their songs. Be intentional about noticing and being aware of what's happening, because it's so easy to just play the songs you play at every show and be done and move on and take your
Mhm.
pictures. And this is a career moment that you'll never forget. This is your first time playing the Bluebird Cafe. You're playing songs you've written, and your family's here, and people that love you are here, and just be intentional. And I don't know, that stuck with me a lot for a lot of opportunities in my career, because it does feel like I'm playing the same songs, telling the same stories, and
Mhm.
same guitar, same trip to Texas, but those little moments and those opportunities that don't feel life-changing at the time are building a foundation for my career.
Yeah.
And I'll look back and remember when I had graduated from college and played the Bluebird the next month. That's so,
You had
and
an amazing boyfriend that really
isn't
can.
you need to have him on Juicy
Okay, I
Talk.
will.
Get some juice out of him, because he
Okay.
can be kind of like
I will.
how they are.
I don't care. Tell him to bring him
Okay?
on. Huh?
Maybe we need to do it together,
Y'all do.
and we can tell you some juicy stuff,
Oh,
because we
y'all bring
travel a
it.
lot together.
Bring it. I would love
Yeah.
y'all together.
Yeah. Maybe when you're in Nashville.
I'm coming to Nashville. I cannot wait. I have to hear you sing too.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh my gosh, I love it. So it sounds to me that you really have learned through being present how to have confidence.
Mm-hmm.
So what chips it? What tests your confidence?
I have paralyzing perfectionism.
Okay.
Really bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think I've always had signs of it, but I think when social media kind of came into play, it really took a turn.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even that I care about what other people think about me, it's that I'm being hard on myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I care more about achieving dreams for me and accomplishing things because I know I can do it, that I'm so hard on myself. And being consistent is way more important than being perfect. So that's something I probably will always have a hard time dealing with, but it's something I'm aware of and I'm trying to move forward with and be better about every day and just be aware that I have tendencies to be a perfectionist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Where do you think that came from?
I don't know. I really think it could be the fact that everything I've worked for and that I've prayed about is worked out for me. I'm in this time of life right now where I am out of school. I'm on my own. I am booking my calendar. I'm booking shows. I am answering emails every day. I'm doing interviews. I'm teaching songwriting lessons. And if it doesn't work out, that's on me because there's no one else to blame in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
All the responsibility falls on me, all of the communication, all of the content. And I just know how much the people around me have poured into me doing this career, my family, my parents, my friends. And I just really want it to work out. But I think that comes with a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's something that I pray about a lot. And I'm always reading about it, but it's just, I don't know if it'll ever go away. I think once you're kind of like wired that way, it's really hard to get out of it.
Yeah.
And social media does not help.
No.
I mean, there's no way that it's making it better. I don't know. It's not even about what other people think about me. It's all being hard on myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you don't have that little adversity, then you don't desire deep prayer. You don't want to see more, I feel, of God because if you didn't have anything to deal with,
Right.
you
Right.
know what I mean? And then when you feel
Yeah.
you accomplish it, you have so much gratitude.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I have to remind myself a lot of in this season right now is when are you going to have your big moment? That's a question I get all the time. When are you going to have this chart-breaking career moment? And my honest answer is I don't know, but I hope when that happens that I am prepared in every aspect. Because when that moment happens, if you're not emotionally prepared, physically prepared in every aspect of your life, it could end in a different way than you expected. If you don't have the songs ready, if you don't have the people, the team, just being prepared is a big part of that. And you don't want it to happen and you not be completely ready. I'm only 23. So I don't know. I think a slow build is great too. So social media is just a big factor in everything in my career right now, which is really crazy because 2-year-old me or 6-year-old me never said, I want to be a country music singer and a content creator. Here's kind of a juicy story.
Okay.
I was writing at a place called Suffragettes here in Nashville, which is a community where they uplift women that are in the music industry. And they've done a lot of really cool things in Nashville. But the guy that founded it, his name is Todd. And I remember I was writing there one day, I walked in and he was like, something about you is not right. No, I'm having a great day. Why do you say that? I'm really not having a great day. Macy, what is going on? Todd, I'm tired of sitting down in front of my phone and filming stuff. My connection is with an audience. My songs are to see people's reaction to them. That's why I write songs. I just don't feel like I'm connecting when I'm sitting down and singing to my phone. I don't love editing videos for hours. I'm trying to find a love for it and a passion, but I really just sometimes I feel defeated by it. And he was like, I understand that. And he goes, what career do you think you could have and not have to care about social media? I don't know. He was like, if you created your own matcha company, you would have to be on social media. He said, if you were a fitness instructor, you'd have to be on social media. He's like, we are in the same boat. Like, we have built this community of women that we want to encourage and motivate. And we're having to share content about that, which sometimes just feels not authentic, but we're all in the same situation with social media. And he was like, you are a consumer of that too. So what do you like to scroll and see from other people? And so that really changed my perspective about it. Which is another thing, like, don't let your blessings become burdens. That's just part of the job now. And blessings can come from that too. So
Mhm.
I don't know, social media, it's not my favorite.
You said one word was exhausting. And I think I see a lot of younger kids now that are exhausted, and it is probably from the phone and
Right.
not only looking at it, but doing their videos and trying to do whatever. And as an
Yeah.
adult too, it does feel a little odd when you're staring at yourself and you see that one hair that's sticking
Yes.
out and you're like,
Yes.
oh my gosh. Yes.
And that is where I can see triggers for like the perfectionism stuff for me, is because I'm staring at myself. I'm trying to sound good. I'm trying to look good. I'm
Yeah.
trying, my hair's sticking out. You can see my bra strap. Oh, my
Yep.
earring's sticking out. Like,
It's exhausting.
It's so easy to just like stare at yourself and be like, here's all the things I need to fix. But that, a lot of times isn't the content that people want to see from you. Is like a very perfected look. But I don't know. That is a huge struggle for me right now, is accomplishments and wanting more and maybe not being content when I need to be content, and then perfectionism.
Okay, we've talked so much amazing things about your singing career, and too, I'm a fitness specialist. What do you do for your health to stay?
Ooh, I love this. I love this. I have always had a love for nutrition and fitness and diet. However, I have gone down a deep, dark hole of
Confess your sins.
what we're eating.
Okay, what you got?
I don't know. I've been reading a lot about it, and it can be kind of paralyzing. Like, oh my gosh, I can't go out to eat anywhere. I can't eat on the road. I need to pack sourdough and an egg.
Yeah.
And that's just not realistic.
In glass containers.
Yes, no plastic. No plastic. I'm about to run out of laundry detergent. I gotta go get fragrance-free. I can't just like run to the normal store. I have to go somewhere special. This is something I love talking about. I love reading about it. I don't know why I'm so interested in it, but I have kind of fallen in love with cooking, and
Good.
I love Trader Joe's.
Me too.
I'm a big Trader Joe's girl.
Me too. I love it. I love all the new stuff, all of it.
And people make fun of me. They're like, Macy, that's not a health store.
No.
Well, when you go in there and you see stuff in cute packaging, you want to eat better, okay? Like the atmosphere.
Yeah.
I know. I love it there. This is so funny. And then being active is another thing. We always say, oh, I'm going to get up early on this trip and I'm going to work out. But when 6 a.m. hits, the only thing I want to do is sleep. Sleep is also a big thing to me.
Me too.
I've always been that way. I remember in college, my roommates would really make fun of me. We're going to go eat dinner and we're going to go downtown. Like, we're leaving here at 7. Like, you're leaving here at 7? I just remember sleep is really big for me. And I can tell a big difference when I don't get enough sleep. But it's hard because in my industry now, my night doesn't even start until 7. It's really difficult because then my sleep's off. So when I'm gone, I'm not getting my routine amount of sleep, and then I'll come back home and I'm back to a normal person life where I have to go to bed at like 9 and wake up at 7. So it's just really all over the place. But I would love actually your advice about how to maintain like a healthy diet while I'm traveling. And I go through phases with working out. Sometimes I'm super intense, and sometimes it's going to be a walk today.
Yeah. And that's okay, girl.
Mm-hmm.
That is. Maybe sometimes when you're singing, really move your feet.
Yeah. Like, I didn't work out today, so I'm going to get it in. Get my steps in. How am I doing?
We're going to lunge. Go with me, everybody. I need my workout. Who needs their workout today? Let's all lunge.
I love that. I love that.
That would be fun. I always say too, what makes your gut feel good? Like, we get everyone to tell us how to eat, but what really makes your gut feel good? Because if I eat a lot of protein powder, my gut feels funky.
No. Yeah.
And so I can figure out what makes me feel good. If I want some cheat, just eat a little bit and just stay more full with your fruit in or your vegetables. Then you won't want as much as the junk or.
Right.
And the biggest thing I'm learning as we get older, definitely food, but our body knows how to heal itself. We don't give it enough credit. And it's the stress we allow in our body still. I tell everyone, you can eat so healthy, work out all day long. If you don't get the sleep and you calm yourself down and have some faith or whatever can really make your body calm, because that's what really keeps a lot of the extra retention of weight on high.
I have a caffeine obsession.
Oh, yeah.
borderline addiction.
It's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of that, we're going to do rapid fire questions. Okay.
Okay.
Be fun. Okay. Coffee or sweet tea?
Sweet tea. I don't like coffee.
Oh, wow. Cowboy boots or sneakers?
Cowboy boots all day.
Nashville or Texas?
Oh, Brandy, you can't make me answer that.
First thing.
Wait, I got to tell you this. It really depends on the season because we
Okay,
have
that's
a real fall and a real spring here, and we don't have that in Texas. And that's like my favorite time of year to be in Nashville. So
okay. We'll say this then. What part of the year do you like Texas?
the holidays with my family, my favorite.
Okay. And then Nashville.
Like fall and spring, you need to come in the fall. It's like everything is orange. It's cold. We wear sweaters. We really wear sweaters.
Oh, I love it.
And it's not in December. It's like October.
Oh,
So I just love that. I love that we have the seasons. So I really split time, honestly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Next, are you a morning rider or a midnight rider?
Morning.
Okay. You ready? Favorite Buc-ee's snack?
Gosh, I love this one. The gummy bears. I love the gummy bears. I love the bagged pickles.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. Beaver nuggets, popcorn.
Yes.
You can't go wrong. Literally, you can't go wrong.
No.
So good.
Apple pies. Okay. One artist you would love to write with. Anyone.
Dolly Parton.
Y'all would be so cute. Y'all would be so cute.
I know.
What's your dream venue?
I have two. I'll do a Texas one and a Nashville one.
Perfect.
Green Hall in Texas
and
the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville.
Yes. God, those are good. All right. Song you're most proud of?
Maybe the one that I might play for you. Wait. Yeah.
Okay. You ready? What's always in your purse? Okay.
So first we have a candy cane capo.
Nice.
Which is
love it.
Goes on my guitar. I don't know why I have a candy cane one. So
no, I love
Christmas. It. Love Christmas. My sunglasses.
Yes.
In a case. Okay. Wallet.
Got it.
Gum.
Okay.
Here's the purse I'm currently
carrying.
Oh, that's cute. My little floor purse. And then these two lipsticks.
Nice.
And a guitar pick.
I'm so glad you showed me.
I know. Isn't that crazy? It's kind of lame, but it's because I've been traveling. So I'm like, we get the bare minimum.
Yeah.
What can fit in the purse and anything else doesn't make it.
Favorite guilty pleasure TV show?
Ooh, I don't watch TV.
Okay. Well, what when you do, what is something?
Okay, I'll tell you my favorite movie. Can I tell you that?
Of course, that will work.
Because I don't watch TV. That's kind of like a flaw of mine is I can't sit still long enough to watch TV.
I know.
I love like the FBI shows. I think those are interesting, but I can't watch it before bed, so then I just never watch it. Yeah. But Eloise at Christmas Time is my favorite Christmas movie, and I watch it year round. I'm a Hallmark Channel lover.
Oh, those are the best.
Just like something that is easy to watch. It doesn't make me like tense up, and it doesn't like make me not care about what I'm watching. Like it's just easy.
Yes, no doubt. Well, this is going to be kind of, for the end, a deep question just to kind of bring in the messy growth of life. But what's a chapter of your life that looked like a setback at the time, but now you realize it was setting you up for something better?
I would probably say moving to Austin. I was born in Lindale. I lived in Lindale my whole life.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And when we moved, my whole family lived in East Texas. So it was really, really hard for me to understand why we were making this move.
Okay.
And looking back, moving to Austin is what prepared me to move to Nashville. Because I lived in a small town and then I moved to a bigger city. And I really, really think that made the transition to go to college way easier for me. And that's why a lot of people around me were struggling a little bit more because they had never moved. They had never been to even a city that was the size of Austin, and I lived somewhere like that. And it made living in Nashville so much easier and really made me be able to love it instead of just like surviving. I was able to love where I lived and do all of the crazy adventures and experiences that I'd always dreamed of without being fearful. And yeah, I don't know. I really look back on that, and at the time, it was really hard for me because I knew no one, and I was going into high school knowing absolutely no one. And looking back, it taught me how to meet people, how to network, how to create opportunities wherever you are, and I'm grateful for that.
That is such a good ending, Macy. Are
I'm
you
so
ready to
excited.
sing for us?
Yeah, do you want me to do the whole song, or I can do a verse and chorus?
Whatever
Whatever
you
you want.
feel. Do you want to when does it come out? Is it going to come out anytime?
I don't know.
Okay.
I was thinking about that today, actually.
Yeah.
I need to find a producer here because my producer's in Austin, and that's kind of something that is a little setback for me. But this is one of my favorite songs that I've ever written. And I wrote it with Zoe Balega and Amber Marie. And those are two of my good friends. So that was a fun write for me. We went in and we're sitting on some couches and eating snacks. And I was like, how are y'all feeling? How's life going? How's music? And we're talking about being tough. And this song came out of that. So it's just one of my favorites. It's called Tough on a Woman. And I got to write it with two people that I admire so much. So that was really cool too. It just all around, it was a really, really cool experience. So
I love it. Hey, you want to sing all of it?
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
go for it.
She can get up, crack of dawn, hit the ground and get it done. 7 days a week, no one's gonna see her brave face. It's pretty. She's wearing her jeans, rolling up her sleeves, with her heart there sewn in the seams. When it rips apart, she can land them hard. Let's tell on a woman if you wonder what it looks like. When she's down to nothing, she ain't blinking an eye. She can carry a broken heart so far, getting a feel, but moving on from it. That's something. It's tough on me. She can cover up what's underneath all the lonely between. Get her on the town, get her going, make a smile, a love song on the works for so long. A step on woman in. She really broke apart so far like it ain't a thing. Move from it, that's something. It's tough on woman. And but it's the girls can't hold the weight of the world till someone wrecks it. It's a late. It's tough on woman. If you're wondering what it looks like, she's down to nothing. She ain't breaking on high. She can carry you both apart so far like it ain't nothing. From me, there's something. It's tough on me.
You are going to make girls go crazy here. They're going to be screaming it out everywhere. Not only girls, adult women, single moms. Very, very impactful. I feel it's going to blow your mind.
It's just like we all go through hardship. You know what I mean? And that's what brings people together is hardship, but music. And if you can write about that, like that, it's just music is a universal language and people can relate to it. And I don't know, I think that's just such a beautiful thing about being a songwriter is like you have the ability to do that, which is crazy.
But not only that, like your voice is really incredible.
Thank you.
Like it's So dreamy. I love it, Macy.
Cute.
So tell everyone where they can find your music, follow your journey, and what's coming up for Macy Dot.
You can follow me on socials at Macy Dot, MacyDot. I'm on all the social media channels, so come be friends with me, and maybe I'll be playing in your town soon so we can meet. I would love that. I am traveling a lot for shows. I am playing a lot of songwriters festivals and working on a project that will be released on socials soon. So be on the lookout for that, and you can find it on the channels that I just mentioned.
Thanks so much for meeting me
You're
today.
so great. Thank you for letting me be a part of this.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.